Afternoon, everybody. Now that I'm through my Black Friday craziness, couple of arrests at the store. It was quite eventful. Packed. Packed. But regardless, I have an important topic mainly for younger INFJs or for people who just figured out they are an INFJ, particularly if you're a demisexual one, which is most of us, including me. You're an outcast. Outcast, you're an outcast, you're going to be an outcast. There is no blending in, but we're going to get into why you're an outcast. Well, it's for a bunch of different reasons, and since I'm doing this off the cuff, I'll try to hit all of them. Maybe I'll miss some. But the obvious ones, you're an introvert. So as an introvert, you tend not to put yourself out there. You overthink everything. You don't like making the first move. No, we don't. And we wait for people to come to us or till we gather enough information and overthink it long enough to approach somebody, particularly in a romantic setting, which takes a very long time. With all the overthinking, of course. But some other reasons is, the INFJ love of truth and integrity. So it's going to make you an outcast because we, being loners, reject things such as tribalism and groupthink and conformity for conformity's sake and going along with the flow and doing what's ever popular. No, we know what we believe. Pretty good at expressing it when pushed, when we feel like getting on our soapbox, that is. But there's no selling out for us. So that's, at times your rage will kick up and you'll want to hold your ground, even if you're doing it all alone. Like if you're a senior in high school in 2004 and are adamantly against the re-election of President Cheney, I mean Bush, but let's be honest, who was really president, at a Catholic school when everybody else is falling in line like good little Catholics because Bush said he's pro-life. Therefore, the opposition was one in the broom closet witch and my friend Jason, the token Jewish kid at the school. So, things like that. We don't sell out what we believe or who we are simply to join a crowd. We don't like crowds for the most part. There can be some rare exceptions, very, very select crowds, and it has to do with the people in them and who they are and not their status. We're not status obsessed. That'll make us outcasts. We don't follow trends because we're told that's what we're supposed to do. We need reason behind our motivation to do anything, and we can explain our reason behind doing the things that we do, but we need a reason behind it. For a lot of people, they don't. They just want acceptance and adoration from people because other people admire them for reasons that are not discussed. Oh, that person's so cool and popular. Why? Nobody knows. Nobody, unless they have money, then it's pretty obvious. But these things will make you an outcast. And getting into the biggest one on the list, especially in today's world. Yeah, if you're a demisexual, you're an outcast, particularly if you're male. It's not much better for females, but a little bit in this regard. So yes, the mark of one's manhood is to see how many, well, and we're talking from my perspective, a straight demisexual, how many women they can hook up with, usually by dubious means. I was in university, that was like the mark of success, which I wanted no parts of and fought men who were seeking that, like actual fights. Pushed away some, let's say, over-enthusiastic college females looking to me as some kind of challenge, also seeking the approval of older college girls in their sorority for reasons unknown. oh my God, you get to wear Greek letters. Yeah, college, you know. For every frat guy, every other sentence was, and I'm a brother here. It's like, well, so you live in a shitty rundown house and you drink cheap beer. And since you have no charisma of your own, no personality of your own, no beliefs of your own, you are completely reliant on your membership in a certain collective to make people want to tolerate you, mostly due to your access to certain narcotics. At least that's what I observed a lot of. They were subsequently busted in the ensuing years. But yeah, it's things of that nature. It's, you know, INFJs will be outcast because there's no telling us, well, this is what you're supposed to do. This is just what you do. This says who? Well, a lot of times, especially, you know, like past college, you're going to get that from, wait for it, baby boomers who believe everything they say is by definition true because they're the ones saying it, because the majority of baby boomers see themselves as the pinnacle of everything, essentially the master race, which, remember a group of people considering themselves superior in the master race in the history books not too long ago, in living memory for some people that are alive today. They lost. Yeah. So do not fret over being an outcast, particularly in your younger years, particularly in these artificial environments such as high school and college, because those artificial environments are unsustainable and are, you know, short term. Trust me, when you reach my age, nobody cares what Greek life you are in. Truly. If you're my age and you're still walking around with shirts with Greek letters on it from your college days, that'd be like somebody 28 walking around in their Letterman's jacket. It is clear the message you are sending. Well, they think they're sending, look how cool I am. The real message is so you're wearing it literally on your sleeve when you peaked, and that you cannot function on your own merit in the real world and wish to return to an artificial world where you were artificially propped up solely by your membership in a certain collective, which is browbeaten into being valued for reasons that no one can explain. And this too, being able to say things like that, will also make you an outcast, because not only does the INFJ not seek validation of such collectives or to go along with groupthink, but will actively call it out. Because there's other people that won't go along with it, but they'll just be quiet. And, you know, no, we feel the need to, you know, incite rebellion and change and to challenge things that are exploitative and corrupt and nepotistic. Yeah. How you doing, good old boys club? Still alive. Still alive. And a certain subset of you, one that I've done battle with, have you figured it out yet? Your current chaos, who's behind, who's controlling it? And we're just getting started. Can't talk about that yet. But that'll also make you an outcast, because there'll be those that will be threatened by the INFJ. And this has happened to me a lot with ENTP men, one of which was, let's just say, a person of status and notoriety. It was a while ago. But people like this will feel threatened by INFJs because they're reliant on this false persona, this false bravado that they've perfected, this mask they wear of who they want to be seen as, and that should be valued. And it's completely reliant on that image they project not being challenged, because in this image they have things that people are conditioned to value above all else, even if they're not tangible in certain respects, other than money, of course, money. But we will challenge it. INFJs are well known for challenging it, despite someone's status in both real life and in fiction will do that. And the person with the false image and mask doesn't know how to defend themselves on merit, 'cause they really, most of the time, don't have it. You know, their arguments that are like, don't you know who I am and what are you doing? You know, or I could this, I could that. It's ad hominem attacks, they'll red herring, um, they'll use logical fallacies. They won't actually be able to defend their stance of, I am so great. And that scares them, because sometimes we can say things just right, because a lot of times our words get jumbled, but we can make people around us understand. And then, you know, people that aren't intuitive, and then that light bulb goes off and like, I see behind the mask. The weird eccentric introvert is right. He sees things that others cannot. We must talk to him until he feels uncomfortable, and Irish goodbyes. Another skill of ours. Did a video on it. So yeah, be aware of that. Be aware that that is going to be common in your life, to be an outcast, not because of anything you did of your own free will, but because of your refusal for, you know, blind allegiance and obedience to people that rely on a false bravado, a membership of a certain collective that usually their main existence is to exploit others, you know, to get what they want. And the fact that you're like, oh, I don't care, I'm by myself, I don't need the membership in a group, I'm not going to sell out what I believe to fall in line, that's gross. They'll see that as a threat, because in their mind, like, well, everybody wants to be in this group, and everybody would do anything and screw over anybody, and blah, blah, blah. What do you mean you're okay by yourself and you don't care? I don't care. There's nothing good about what you do or who you are. And then that threatens them, and, you know, they'll puff their chest out, and, like I said, won't really be able to defend their position. And you're able to successfully expose them for their real motives and who they really are and what they really do, that's supposed to be because they're the ones doing it, and the rules, of course, are different for them, then you're seen as a threat. So be aware of that, INFJs. It is common for us. We're just very uncommon people, so it's not seen all that much, but for us, it's an unavoidable rite of passage that never goes away. So remember to subscribe for my other INFJ videos for useful advice if you are an INFJ struggling to navigate this world made for censors. And watch my narcissism videos too, because narcissists fear us too. Yes, because we see through them and call them out. And they don't like it.